Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Cooking with Unity. I'm your host, Max Moreau, and with me is Jeffrey Hawthorne, who's helping me out today. And Phil is not here, so he misses out on all the fun. Anyway, let's get started. So weird. I felt like I needed to pause for Phil to say something weird.
Oh, I'm sorry I let you down.
No, it's no worries. Main screen. All right. So, testing. So, here's what we got last time. So, we have movement around the planet. That's old hat. We've got loose cameras. We've got score things that go when you hit enemies that reset properly. But the scores just sit there and they kind of have the wrong angle, and there's a lot of things that aren't quite right about them. So we're going to fix that up first, and then we'll see about what we can play around with adding or changing. So maybe we'll actually add kind of a infinite planet jumper gameplay to it or something. All right, so what are we doing? So first off, let's fix those score things. Right now, the way we're handling that is in the enemy death, we're instantiating this object. We're setting its scale to an appropriate. Wait, why are we setting the scale at all? What's new scale? Oh, sorry. That's for the enemy being shrunk down, like being squished. Where is it actually that this happens? Bounce bonus. It must be an enemy movement actually. Let's just open one of these up and see what we got. Bounce bonus. Nope. Is it player movement? Oh, it's in player movement. Okay, so if the enemy's not dead yet, we kill the enemy and we do cool stuff. And so what we do is we instantiate our point display, and right now we're telling it to just look at the camera at the start. And one of our problems here is we didn't tell it to which direction to look up, and that's the reason that the angles are skewed right from the start. And then additionally, we want these things to actually kind of float in the air and continue facing the camera, so this really shouldn't be something that's handled here. It should be handled on a script on the bonus points themselves. Though we do want the text mesh to be set up first. So I'm going to go ahead and it doesn't really matter what we put here because we're going to replace it with what the object does. Let's fix it here too, just in case. Put a comma here. So original. That's not right. Quotation, comma. There we go. So we've got the forward vector here. We also want to set up an upward vector, so we're going to do camera.main.up. No, .transform.up. And so that should, I'm going to just see if that at least makes it look right for the initial part when you jump on the guys. It will obviously still stay in place right now, but also we should have these guys kill us too. We need to put that in there. So yeah, they're looking a little bit better the first time. They're still keeping their orientation right now, so we'll fix that up shortly. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to need a new script. I'm going to create a C# script called bonus points AI, even though that's a bit lofty term for what this is actually going to be. I should probably call it behavior or something, or maybe just bonus points. Or did I already call it... I call it bounce bonus. Okay, cool. All right, so bonus points AI. So what this will do is just going to orient the text and kill the text after a certain amount of time. So we're probably going to have a variable called float lifetime. Actually, public float lifetime channel. Just lifetime. And we'll default this to 1.0f. And let's do a public. Oops. Let's do a public float speed equals 1.0f. We'll probably make that smaller, and the lifetime might be longer for all I know. But these will be our variables to work with. This is just so that we make it kind of float in the air, kind of make it look like it comes out of the Goomba as opposed to, or the Gumboos. So our update script is going to be kind of similar to what we've done in the player movement here for how we've instantiated these things. We're going to be doing a quaternion look rotation just like this, except for instead of using the collider transform.position, it will be just transform.position. So we're going to paste this in. We're going to do transform.rotation equals quaternion look rotation. And actually I wanted the rest of that too, but we'll just add that in manually. So this is the vector pointing to the camera. So it's the camera's position minus the object's position. And then we want the vertical to be the camera's up vector. So camera dot main dot transform dot up. So this should make it face the camera. Face the camera. And let's make it float up. So transform.position plus equals transform.up
times speed.
Yep, times speed times time.delta time. And then finally on the start, I shouldn't have gotten rid of start, void start. We're going to invoke the thing that destroys us. So invoke destroy object. This is a function that we're going to define here. Void destroy object. And we want the invoke time to be the lifetime. And so in destroy object, this will happen after lifetime has elapsed, and it's just going to destroy game object. So that's destroying itself. So let's see if this works right off the bat. So we're going to first need to attach this to our points thingy. So we have a prefab called bonus text, and we're going to put it into the top part here. So we're going to put what is it? Bonus points AI into bonus text. And so now, theoretically, we should see the objects kind of float up in the air. They should continue facing the camera, and they should destroy themselves after a moment, after a second. There we go. It goes up, and it destroys itself. There you go. That worked out pretty nicely. Let's see what happens when we, like, dramatically change the camera angle. No, it looks good. It's following the camera. It's floating up a little bit. It's actually slow enough that I think that's just about right. Maybe we'll make it float up a little bit faster. Let's do that. So I'm going to go to our bonus text and just adjust the speed to be, I don't know, 2. Let's just double it. Yeah, I like that better. Yay. So that camera shake if you look just at the screen, and actually if we look very carefully, you'll see that the player's still bobbing a pixel. So we have a couple bugs. We may or may not fix them over the course of the episodes, but because they're pretty minor, but they are there. So what were we going to do last episode? I remember we were going to do other shapes, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think I have the brain power today to do it again.
Other planet shapes?
Yeah, other planet shapes, other than spheres.
Well, let's pick something easy like we did last episode.
Time. What was the easy thing that we did last episode that ended up taking the whole episode? Oh, that was on the 2D project. That's right, it was the... Well, it didn't take the whole episode. Last episode was really good, actually, so...
That wasn't the 2D project, that was this project,
I
think.
Well, what did we do on this project that we... Oh, yeah, I remember we had to change what we were saying we were going to do.
I don't remember what we did, but it was something that was supposed to be easy instead of doing different shaped planets.
Yeah. I remember it being
difficult. the jump distance based on how long you hold down space. We made it so you could hit space and then hold it. I'm glad we did that, honestly. We needed that, so...
I mean, yeah, it took longer than we thought it was going to take, but we got it done, so that's good. But yeah, I'm just not going to be able to do it today. It may not be possible. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible to do. Obviously, almost anything is possible to do. The problem that we have is it possible to do a significant amount of the work in an hour? And sometimes that's a difficult prospect. So let's what did I mention earlier? We could turn this into kind of an infinite game where we like spawn more planets a certain distance away, and we scroll them or something in some capacity. I'm not sure how well that would read though in 3D. I guess we could always try and find out. Yeah. So right now we have 3 static planetoids, and we have like a Goombu spawner thing. Maybe we should try making it so maybe we'll start with these 3, but then we have to try and get further and further into space. Before like a sun burns us up somehow, like before we fall into a sun. How do we have the scene currently organized? Currently have it kind of a sideways thing. Doesn't really matter how we do it, considering we have no real orientation. So we could keep it like this, although I'm thinking I'm going to kind of make it kind of a upwards movement, and then we'll put like a sun down here or something. Let's create a horrible sun real quick. So we're going to create a sphere, and we're going to make it huge. Let's do 100. It's not probably really huge enough, but yeah. So we'll make this thing, and yeah, let's make it bigger. Let's make it 500. There. And let's make it so that it is very bright and yellow for right now. So let's go to materials. We're going to create a new material. Actually, what's shiny? What do we use that for? Oh, yeah, that's right. That was for our balls that we did on the first episode when we were doing that like orbit thingy, just quick and dirty thing. So JavaScript. Okay, sorry. Materials, create material. We're going to call this sun. I'm going to make it a, let's see, let's do self-illuminating, diffuse, and make it just this orange color, and let's put it on our sun. Kind of looks like a sun. Let's see how it looks when we spinning around the planet. It's like, oh no! That's scary. So, I don't think it's scary enough yet. But it'll work for our purposes for right now. So what we can do is... So as I said, we could make this so that we basically try and climb our way up to safety while the sun pursues us from below, or maybe even better, we'll have these objects fall towards the sun, and the sun will just stay static. I think I'd rather do it that way. That way we don't have to worry about problems with assuming that someone plays this game for an extended period, floating point accuracy problems, which can occur if you're too far away from the origin. So let's actually make the sun at the origin. Why not? Let's just do it. So 0, 0, and we're already dead. And let's just take all of these other objects. Except for the sphere, and move them up and out of the sun. And let's put this planetoid very close to 0, 0. We'll start it at let's do 300. That seems good. And we'll go ahead and just put these in just to block it out for right now. Although we're going to need to make the player call this "Run from the Sun." There's our rhyming name for the App Store right there. Put the player over here. Hopefully, won't disorient too much oh wait, he probably has to stay relative to the camera some way. So let me make sure that we put the camera with him. So if we hit play here. Got our sun, we've got the planet up above, and let's put another planet up on top of this one just for the blocking out of the level. I think I have enough jump to make that.
Give me an idea, though.
Oh.
Every once in a while, putting a planet far enough away that you have to jump off of a spawning Gumbu.
It's actually not a bad idea. Like, make it so that we'll have to make the jump off the Gumbus more dramatic, which I kind of want to do anyway. So that one barely makes it. Probably should. Let's see what we can do here. Like right now, do we make assumptions towards the way that the camera is facing? Probably. Like if I reorient this in a different direction, it's probably not going to pick up the orientation, is it? Let's just check it. I don't think it will, but nope. Yep, it resets. We might be able to change it to do that. The reason I was thinking that is just because right now we're looking directly where the player's looking, which means that you're kind of always looking past the horizon of the planet that you're on. Mm-hmm. And it might actually be better if we had kind of a lower angle so we can see what we're jumping up to. Whoa. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. So like this planet is, you're not going to see it when we jump. Oh, I guess we can. And not enough to get back. Whatever. Probably should space that just a little closer together so it's fair for right now. We'll make it unfair in a moment. So let's start with that, and let's make it so these planets move downwards and see if that actually works. So right now we have any movement, player movement, point gravity. Let's do create C# script called move toward sun. And we're going to take the sun here and actually call it a sun. And we're going to tag it as the sun, which means that we have to actually go back and tag it again. I just was creating the tag there, then you have to actually set the tag. Important thing if we're going to be finding this thing by its tag, which we are. So move towards sun. Actually, let me see what's on the comments real quick. Let's see what we got. Stream is freaking out and not loading. I hope that actually... Okay. Jump power actually was not planned. We actually changed it on the show, I think. But I could be wrong about that.
We changed it in the planning after we did it.
Oh, okay.
We erased what was in the planning for that episode and put the jump mechanics in there. So it would look like we did what we intended.
Alright, I think the camera needs to follow the player barrel when turning and such. Like be less loose, is that what you're saying? Or I mean, we can make it faster. It's just a script thingy. If we go to the camera here, we can make the camera rotation speed higher or something. Let's make it like 180. Let's double it and see how that looks. Follows us pretty fast now. Still freaks out when we go directly at the screen, but Kind of liked it when it was looser. I'm going to actually just do 150. Let's see how that feels real quick. We can't currently run faster than the other thing. Anyway, let's get to our script real quick. So, move towards sun. So all we're going to do here is we're going to assume that the sun can't be destroyed in our game. So we're going to do private game object sun. And we're going to say sun equals game object dot find game object with tag sun in the start. And then we can just do, what we're going to do is, oh yeah, we're going to need to have a variable here, so public float speed. And we'll default it to 10.0f. Let's see how this looks. And what else we're going to do? So in the update, we're going to move towards the sun. So transform dot position plus equals vector towards the sun, which would be sun dot transform dot position minus transform dot position. We're going to normalize that so that we can multiply by things and have it be meaningful. And then we're going to multiply that by the speed and by time dot delta time. Dot delta time. All right. And that should theoretically be all we need. And so if we throw this on the planetoids here, we should see. Oh, yeah, we're going to have some problems with this. Yep, we're going towards the sun. We're inside the sun. It's horrible. It actually doesn't look terrible, but it is. And we'll eventually be at the center of the sun and probably just fluctuate a little bit at the center. Maybe. Are we near the center yet? Probably not. Our sun is really big, isn't it? Oh yeah, we just got near the center. There we go. Alright, well, we can see that we have some problems here. So part of it is probably because we're falling away from the... We're falling towards our planets slower than the planets are falling towards the sun. And this may be a case for not actually moving the objects and instead moving the sun. Or growing the sun, as someone suggested. So,
what about setting the player as a child of whatever planet it's currently on? Or would that break too many scripts that are in place already?
That probably would break quite a bit. We could try it. Let's give it a shot for fun. Let's just see what it does. I'm curious. So we're going to actually parent the player to whatever planetoid that he's on. Let's just do that in script real quick. Actually, let's just parent him to the planetoid he starts on just to see what happens first. See if any of this stuff works. Alright, so he's still able to move. He's not bouncing around. He can jump. He can even get on another planet.
And he's still fine on the other planet. Oh, because both of the planets are moving at the same speed.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I think that would be relatively safe then. Let's go ahead and do it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep him parented for right now because we kind of have him pre-set up to start as part of a planet. So let's now make it so that when the player hits another gravity well, instead of just saying the gravity source, we will also set transform.parent equal to gravity source. Save. Alright, so now we'll see if that actually does anything. So yeah, we'll see that the player is now a child of a different planetoid. There he is. And we can move up here, and he's a child of that planetoid. Yay, that works. So that's cool. Let's still make these things fall a little bit slower than 10. Or start further away from the sun. I guess that would be the other option. Just going to move the sun lower.
I think we probably want them to fall slower also, so that we can put some Gumbu situations
Jump
in
situations,
there.
yeah.
With the speed as it is now, it seems like the player has to focus mainly on just getting from one planet to the other.
If I apply this, does that apply to all the planetoids? Oh wow, this one's moving towards the sun twice. What about this one? This one is also moving towards the sun twice for some reason. Oh, I see. It's because it had... I see what had happened there. When I applied the other one, it just was like, oh, that means you want a new script on everyone. I don't know why I thought that, but it did. So, also, did we mess up? Oh, we did. All the planetoids are small now. Hold on. I'm going to undo a couple things I just did there. If I can. I totally can't. Dang it. Anyone remember how big these things were? Oh, I know what I can do. I can just, oh, well, we didn't save recently.
What changes have been made to the scene?
Well, the sun. And the
You
script
can
stuff.
Prefab the sun.
That's true. Let's prefab the sun. Actually, reverting the scene isn't going to solve it either, because these are based on prefabs.
But the scene saves those... Oh.
Possibly. Here, let's find out. Let me just revert the scene and see what we get. If we do... Is there anything else I wanted to keep? Other than pairing up the player, we can do that real quick. So let's just do open scene, and we're just going to open the same scene that we're currently in. Test scene. Don't save, and let's see what we got for planetoids. Nope, they're all still messed up. Oh well, I'll just make them bigger.
And they're not vertical anymore.
Oops. They're not vertical anymore?
They're back aligned on the z-axis instead
Yeah.
of the y-axis.
Yeah. Oh, well. Alright, let's make this bigger. So yeah, 30. 30 was probably pretty close to what they were, right? Maybe. Yeah. That seems right. Maybe. So we'll put the small one in between again. And we'll make another 30. 30, 30. We already have the move down. No, we don't. Why don't we have move? What? What is even in our planetoid thingy? Move towards sun. This is in there. Okay, I'm going to hit revert on all of these, which means we're going to have to resize them again. But maybe we'll actually get our... There's the move towards sun script. Okay, yay. Alright, 30. 30. 30. Let's put our sun back in the scene. Let's put it at... Well, is that what we had? Yeah, I guess that was right. And we'll just put it further down. We'll just move the sun this time instead of moving our objects. And we're going to move the player so that he doesn't... Let's do it right there. Let's just go ahead and hit play, see how this looks real quick. The Gumbus are having some trouble because we didn't move their spawner, I guess. Are we moving? We're moving. It's difficult to tell that we're moving. We're going to have to do something to fix that. I think we might have to do a little bit of particle effect work today. Let's see if we can make it look like we are moving through space.
Space.
Space. First, I want to see if I can jump between all these. Oh, not quite. Come on. Oh, yeah, that's too far. Let's see what we got. Come on. Get up there. Alright, that worked. Yay. That was an easy one. Don't know why it didn't feel like it was... Huh. Okay. Whoa! Falling through space and orbiting. Yay, it's fun. Let's try and land. Come on. Come on. Come on. Land. Oh, goodness. What is going on? Oh, we're not parented. Wait, are we parented? Yeah, we are. We should be. Yeah, we're on one of these planetoids.
You did land.
Yes. That was weird. Alright, anyway. Let's see if we can see what direction we're flying through space and just possibly bounce around this time. Whoa. Where did I end up? Okay. Am I on the planet that they're spawning on? Yes. Why are they acting so lethargic now? We accept our fate. I think they're spawning... Okay, the spawner's not actually parented to any particular planet either, so let's do that. Let's start them off on the same planet that we are. And maybe they'll... Whoops, not on the player. That would be a little bit awkward. And let's actually start the player on this planetoid as well. Alright, so there they are. Yay, now they're working kind of the way that we expect them to. Oh, they're not... That's interesting. Wait, what happened there? Alright, so what happened? So we go to our... Oh, I know why, because they're parented. So, wait, if we have...
So the scale of the planet is...
Yeah, the scale of the planet is somehow being applied. Wait, that doesn't make sense, though, does it? No, that probably makes sense.
Can you go back to them? Or go to the
script?
Dev script.
Yeah, okay. So, oh, I guess it's in player movement that we do that. There we go. So... Oh, wait, no. Enemy death dot kill enemy. So if we go to enemy death. So new scale equals transform.local scale, and then local scale equals new scale. Okay, so that's probably our problem. So we, right now, what is the scale of these things when they're spawning? I'm curious. So if I hit play and hit pause, because they're parented, they're probably very differently scaled than what we want. So, yeah, they have the scaling attached to them.
Can you go back to the dev script?
Yes.
So just change new scale.y from being equal to dead scale to new scale.y equals new scale.y times dead, or... Yeah, new scale.y times dead scale.
I see what you're saying.
Because before it was 1.0.
Times equals.
Times equals.
There we
yeah.
go. We'll just do that. Bam. Let's see if that solves the problem. That actually will probably do us justice very nicely. So here we go. Got some Gumboos, and yay, they're squishing appropriately now. Oh no!
Still has weird numbers in the scale because of the planet, but...
Yeah, but at least it's working the way that we intended to.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have a setup here. We've got a setup started, and we're going to just do, let's see. So, we're going to want to spawn more planets somehow. I guess right now we'll just pop them in. Let's see, do we have any, Stream never loads in Chrome for me anymore unless I get in during the countdown timer. That sucks. I hate it that YouTube's doing troubles like that. Alright. Nothing critical on the comments right now, so that's good. Because I'm not paying all that much attention to the comments. So let's create a planet spawner. Create C# script planet spawner. Could probably copy out one of our other things here. Yeah, let's just copy this actually. So let's delete planet spawner. Delete this. We're going to take our Goombu spawner, duplicate it, and we're going to create planet spawner. Probably could have had just a general spawner, although we kind of have some specialized behavior that we're going to be doing here. So spawn delay, that's important. Game object sphere, yeah, why not? We'll just keep calling it sphere.
Class name.
So class name. Oh yeah, thank you. We paste. Nope, I didn't copy it.
We paste some random line of code that we copied earlier.
We paste in planet spawner, the name, the new name, and we hit save, replace. Yes, this is because I haven't checked things out in Perforce. Actually, you know, I should do that. I'm gonna save our work right now. So let's just do this before we do anything else in case I make more mistakes like I did earlier. So let's hit Perforce real quick. Do a reconcile offline work. Hit reconcile. That looks good. Submit. Planet movement better score thingies. Are those actually still spawning right? For some reason I don't remember seeing them when I was killing the Gumbus earlier, but maybe I'm just forgetting.
I wasn't paying attention to them.
Yep, they're still doing stuff. It's funny, they're kind of moving relative to the way the planets are moving too, because they... Wait, why would they do that? Oh, because...
They're not, you're moving...
Yeah, we're moving away from them.
They aren't being parented to anything, are they?
Yeah, we might want to actually change that. Let's actually look at that. So when we spawn those things in, let's just make it so that instance.transform.parent equals col.transform.parent dot parent, because call.transfer.parent is where we get the enemy death. Here, let's just do enemy death.transform.parent. There we go. Let's see what this does. There, now they feel like they're relative to us. Yay. Alright. So we're moving towards the sun. The sun's horrible. We are going to create planetary spawner. Right now, let's see. If we keep the spawner in a similar position, let's create a what is it called? Empty game object. Call this planet spawner. And we're going to put planet spawner on it, and we're going to put this thing just above. Well, actually, let's put it inside here for right now. Let's put it just above, whatever. So planetoid prefab, I'm going to, if I change its scale, does it change? Okay, so it's changing the one that we haven't changed the scale on. I'm going to go ahead and do that, though. Let's make the scale, it doesn't matter. We're going to replace it. Who cares? So the planet spawner, what we're going to do is we're going to create a public float min size equals 10.0f. Public float max size equals 100.0f. And we may have to make the spawn delay based on the size if we want this to actually space out properly, but I'm just going to play with it for right now, and we're not going to worry about too much about randomizing the position much. We're just going to get this thing working. So we don't care about changing the color of the planets for right now. We're just going to keep them all the same color. But we do care about making their sizes different. So instance dot local scale, dot transform dot local scale. And we're going to set it equal to, actually, let's figure out our size first. So, float size equals random dot range min size max size. And so this will give us a random number between 10.0f and 100.0f. And we'll change our scale to be new vector 3 mins size. Actually, I guess we could have been a little bit fancier on that. Let's do it just for fun. This would also be equivalent to doing vector 3.1 times size. I like that better. Yeah, let's put both in there just so people can see it. Also works. So I'm gonna hit save, replace, overwrite, yes, please, thank you. And I'm just gonna hit play and we'll see if we've got some planet spawner. They're probably going to like envelop each other a bit and have some problems, but we'll see what we get. So I'm gonna go up here. Oh wait, no, we're not going to get anything because we don't have a planet assigned to our planet spawner. So we're going to put planetoid in our planet spawner script. So where's planetoid? There it is. We're dragging it into planetoid. So now if we hit play. Whoa. Oh yeah, we've already got problems. Oh yeah, they're spawning way too fast. I forgot. 0.1 is really fast, isn't it? Why was that the default? That's a terrible default. Make it 10.0f. Yeah, whatever, please. Alright, I'm checking you out. Fine. We're doing this. We're going to planet spawner. And we're dragging it over into our default change list so it doesn't ask us to do that anymore. That checks it out, which also makes it writable. So, if we hit play now... Okay, we already spawned one... Oh, wow. Yep, there's badness happening. Alright, so 1 second. Oh, wait, we didn't actually change it, did we? I just changed the default, didn't I? Let's find out. Planet spawner. Yep, it's still 0.1. Let's set it to 10. And hit play. Try that again. So we've got a planet. We've got our third planet. And, oh, we have another planet up here. Yay. That's big. It's a huge planet. I wish I had a run button. Yay, another planet. Alright, so it's kind of working. We haven't died yet. Let's see if I can see the sun. Where's the sun? You'd think that the sun being as big as it is, we'd see it. Or did we already fall into it? It's on the other side of this planet. Oh, there it is! Oh no! Must jump to... I can't make it. It's not... Ah, no! Planet! Alright. But... theory's there now. Alright, so let's actually start, let's see if we can be clever about this. So... I'm trying to figure out if there's an interesting way that we can check to see if we can spawn a planet Yeah, let's try something interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that the planets can't overlap. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to make a private variable called private float next spawn size. And we'll just default it to 0.0f. Doesn't really matter, but I'm doing it anyway. And in start, we will determine our spawn size at this point. So we'll do float, we'll do this thing, except for we're not declaring a float, we're just going to call it next spawn size. And now we invoke spawn delay. And then at the end of this, before we invoke spawn again, we're going to set, well, we'll just copy this, the same thing. And then we'll use next spawn size here. Now, the reason I've done this is this allows us to do something nifty. So, right now we're doing a spawn delay, but we're not checking anything else. Instead of doing it that way, let's actually make this an update function. Update. So we're not going to need to invoke it anymore. And we're not going to actually use spawn delay anymore. I'm just going to get rid of that for right now. And what we're going to be doing is making this so that if we can spawn the planet of the chosen size without it colliding with something, we'll do it. So let's see how this actually works. It's not going to be perfect because they're going to all be touching, but we'll play around with it after that. So what we're going to do is if physics.overlap sphere, no, that gives us check sphere. There we go. If physics.check sphere, so this takes a position, a radius, and a layer mask. All right. So do the planets currently have a layer? They do not. We're going to give them one, though. All right. So we're going to need a layer mask here, so I'm going to put public layer mask, planet layer mask, planetoid layer mask. And so if not physics check sphere, transform dot position, next spawn size, is that radius? No, that would be diameter, wouldn't it? Yes. So we want to do next spawn size divided by 2.0f. And then finally our layer mask, which we'll do planetoid layer mask. I feel like I'm fighting MonoDevelop less today than usual, so I'm happy about that. I don't think I really changed anything with MonoDevelop, but feels like things are not as bad. So what this should do is it should only spawn spheres when they can fit. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the scene here. Oh, no, I don't think it's doing what we wanted. Oh, and that's because
You didn't put the planetoids on the layer mask.
yeah. So planet spawner. Yeah, right now we have nothing. So we need to make sure that it goes to layer, add layer. We're going to call it planetoid. We're going to set our planetoid prefab to the planetoid layer. We're going to double check that let's do this object only. What did the children do? Oh, maybe we should put the... No, because the size isn't based on... Yeah, let's not do that. Wait, yeah, let's do that, because that's a collider, right? So let's make it so that they will touch at the edges of their gravity wells. So I'm going to go ahead and change it so that we're going to hit planetoid again on here. And yes, change children. And so now everything's happily planetoid layer. And so now if we... and it didn't change our children that were not part of the prefab, so that's good. Everything worked out nicely. So if we hit play now, and actually wait, we got to change that thing again. So we got to go to planet spawner, set the planetoid mask to planetoid. I'm going to save scene, save project, hit play, and see what we actually end up seeing in the scene here. So there we go, we have a planet. That's a small one. We have another one. So this looks like it's working. It's kind of cool, actually. Okay, so the problem... So what's interesting is... So we're not checking to the outside. We're checking to the outside of the previous gravity well, which is not exactly what we want. So you can see how the planet is resting exactly on the planetoid's outer layer here. We're going to be playing around with this a little bit too, so let's just... I just want to see how this feels for right now, just for fun. Yeah, we're way too close. We're too close. Alright, we're so close that I'm inside both at the same time and doesn't know which one I should be parented to. Come on. Let me in. Yeah, okay. So...
Do you have a equation to get the size of a gravity well of a planet based on the planet's radius?
Do we?
Might want to try that radius, the radius of the planet well, instead of...
Yeah. Radius of the planet well times the scale of the planet, I guess. In any one direction. Let's give that a shot. Let's see if we can hack that together real quick, at least for tonight. So, check sphere, it would be transformed opposition, and so it would be next spawn size divided by 2.0f times, we'll do planet sphere, so times sphere dot get, no wait, how do we get the child? Dot get component in children. Here, let's see if this will work. Get component in children, and we're going to grab the gravity well. Just has a collider, right? So sphere collider. I need to make sure that get component in children only returns stuff that's in the children and not stuff that's in the parent object. I have a feeling that it returns both, so this is probably not going to work in the game object or any of its children, so that will not work because we have a sphere collider on the parents as well, which represents the center thing here. So are the gravity wells all constant? That's nice. I guess we could just hard code it in, but I'm not going to do that. So we need to get the sphere child. Let's go ahead and do that. Private game let's get the collider. So sphere collider sphere child. And so what we're going to do to get that in there is in the start we're going to do sphere child equals sphere dot sphere. Does this work? Is that actually gonna do something? I'm interested to see if this will do it. So the weird thing about transforms is the way that you get their children is you can iterate over them. And I'm not sure if this notation actually works with iterators, but I'm going to give it a shot. I have a feeling this is going to break pretty badly, but I want to give it a shot. So sphere dot collider, sphere 0 dot collider. Yeah, sure. I have a feeling this is going to give us an error. Alright, yep, we can't do that at all. Oh wait, sphere dot transform 0. Let's see if that works. See if that's any happier. Nope. Not any happier.
Sphere.transform.getChild0.
Oh, you can do that? Cool. Perfect.
I can do that.
Thank you. Yes, you can. I can't. All right. Sphere. Let's just call it Collider or whatever. Collider. We don't care that much. As long as we can get a radius. Maybe we do care that much. We'll find out in a second here. So that ran, no problem. So let's see what we got here. So we'll do times sphere-child dot radius. No. All right. So we are going to need to do Sphere Collider. And we can just do a Sphere Collider typecast, or we could have done as Sphere Collider on the back, depending on what you prefer. And times Sphere Child. So save. Oh wait, Sphere Child dot radius. There you go. Next spawn size divided by 2.0f, or should it just be times the radius? Probably just times the radius. Let's give it a shot. Save. Play. Let's look at the scene. Let's look at what these things look like. And are we gonna get anything? There's one. So did it touch? It looks like it's touching. Perfect. We're never gonna get off that planet because it's gigantic. Let's make it so that the range is closer to what we have as our range is right now. So let's do
10 to 30.
10 to 30. And hit play, and let's see what we got. So I'm going to just jump up here. We got, yay, we got a planet, and jump up here, we got another one, and oh, we've got another one up here. Let's try and get it. Yeah! Made it. And we've got another one, yay! It feels like they're not spawning in, even though they're totally spawning in. There's a new one. That one kind of felt like it was spawning in. Yay, we're still alive. And we just keep doing this forever.
You kind of outrun the particles that spawn to tell you what direction you're falling.
I wonder why that is.
I think because you spawn 30 at a time and there's a maximum limit and they last 30 seconds, so they end up...
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll have to change that. Here, let's see how far away we are from that sun. Oh, looking good. Wait, are we looking good? No, we're not looking that good. That sphere's going to be consumed soon. Oh no! No, run! Go, Papadorian! You can make it. Keep going. Keep going. Alright, so, 9:30. No. I'd say that this is a good stopping. No! Come on! Get me back up there! Alright, so we don't have a death condition, but we could have one next episode, and it would be great. So, I would say that's a successful episode. It's a little bit simplistic right now for the spawning. We'll try and make it more fancy, but we got a little bit... we tried some new stuff out. I think we were successful. I learned about GetChild0. I should have known that one. I thought there was only GetChild by name for some reason, so that's awesome. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and reconcile the offline work. Okay, so I don't see any comments. Oh, and it still says 1 minute ago. I have a feeling that I was not seeing comments because YouTube sucks. Oh well, whatever. Reconcile while that's reloading on my iPad, and maybe I'll be able to answer a couple questions. So, planetoid spawning gameplay run from the sun. And that's totally not refreshing on my iPad. Come on, refresh. Still have internet, right? We're still broadcasting, right? Looks like it. Okay, well, whatever. I'm sorry if I missed any comments. Anyway, thank you for joining us tonight. I had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time. Did you have a great time?
I had a great time.
Awesome. And we miss Phil, as usual. Well, not as usual. We miss Phil as usual when we miss Phil, when he's not here. But you should still buy his game, Robot Alone. It's on iOS. It's awesome. And if you need to ask me any questions, please email me at pushypixels@pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Drakfire. That's DRAKFYRE. And I like having questions. I like talking to people. And do you have any shout-outs or anything that you want to make?
No.
Okay, cool. And, so I am officially gainfully employed again. I'm now working at Silicon Beach Media, and I really like the guys. They're a good bunch, and I had my first day today, and it's telecommute, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to be meeting them physically probably at GDC. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us, and you guys have a great night.